Good evening. Today, we suffered a loss. CWL Invite Pre-Season Game 3 against Warzone 68. You know, you really can't even be that mad, in the sense that, in my opinion, if we're gonna lose by some stars. If it were like 117 and 117 and it came down to like a fraction of a percent, I feel as though I would actually be a little bit more salty, to be completely honest with you. In this situation, it was 112 to 117 final score. Warzone 68 had just almost, well, for a good chunk of it, they had 50% hit rate, 10v10 with 13 10v10 triples. That's insane. In my opinion, that's almost unheard of. What? 13 10v10s with a 50% hit rate? What? Granted, the hit rate ended up going down to about 45% after they just started throwing some 10s at some 10s, and they kind of messed with it a little bit. But still, when they hit the 13 mark, it was 50%. It was this insane. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into some of these statistics, and we'll kind of discuss it just a little bit. All right, so as you can see, we did take the L, unfortunately, but I mean, we had some pretty fantastic attacks. Like, I couldn't not make a recap after the work that the ByeForever cats out there, put in, especially, waking up in the morning. Like, I woke up in the morning and, Warzone 68, they're on a different time zone. They already put in like 12 10v10 triples, so for any other clan, I feel like that'd be incredibly demoralizing. We only had like 2 or 3 at the time. For us to continue to stick with it and put up 8 10v10 triples, absolutely worth, noting. Because I've seen too many clans where they get brutally stomped down and they just like, nah, not really gonna try anymore. No, we kept our head in there. We continued to attack. We continued to plan. Stayed in voice the entire time, and we put up a fight before going down, you know what I'm saying? And we learned quite a bit. We learned quite a bit. All right, so anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and put up, I spoke with the 9v9 captains. I think from now on, any of these recaps that we do, I'm gonna have the captains tell me, what's the best 9v9 attack of the war, obviously from our side. And we're gonna nominate that, and we're gonna go ahead and show that in the background while I'm reading off statistics. So the first one was for actually one of our captains. He put up a fantastic attack here. Oh no, excuse me, that's the wrong one. It's the second one. All right, so it's gonna be this one. All right, so this was a 6-18-16 breakdown. And 11v11 front, we actually did have a 50% hit rate, 2 for 4. Originally it was 2 for 3, and then we went ahead, we just went in there at the end. We were just like, you know what, we're gonna go for the 11v11 on our last attack of the war. We were unsuccessful, but sometimes the queen just kind of does whatever the queen wants to do. So there's nothing we can really do about that. They also had a 50% hit rate. They went 3 for 6, which is fantastic. Shout out to them as well. Dips, both sides had 1 dip fail. We went 7 for 8, and they went 5 for 6. 10v11 front, we went 3 for 11, and then went 3 for 7. I would say it's about relatively even across. Either side, 27% versus 43%. Granted, they had a bunch of 10v10s. They didn't really have as many 10s to throw with the 11s. And then speaking of which, the 10v10 front, we went 8 for 25, which is a 32% hit rate. I would say 32% is about the league average at the moment. Post update, anything plus 30%, I would say is around the average mark. Pre-update, I would say it would be more like 20 to 27%, give or take. And yeah, so you really can't be mad at dropping 8 10v10. That's insane. You can't. And unfortunately, I actually did not drop any this war. I was so salty. I did 1 attack off stream and then 1 on stream, and oh man, I was so upset because the first attack, we just won't get into it. And then anyway, Warzone 68, 13 for 29. 13, I repeat, 13 for 29. That's a 45% hit rate. And like I said, when they hit the 13 mark, it was a 50% hit rate, which is, wow, that's insane. That's incredible. So special shout out to them. I mean, those guys actually came out planning. They came out swinging. Fantastic performance from across the board. The 9v9 front, we actually did take the lead there. We had an 80% 9v9 hit rate. We went 16 for 20, and they went 16 for 21. So it was pretty much one attack difference. But hey, you know, we won on one of the fronts. Let me tell you what, guys. All right, so anyway, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get that zoomed in view and take a peep at some of these fantastic hits. All right, so we're going to dive into, obviously, I always like to start off, you know, from the top down and kick off with our 11v11 triples. Absolutely, and special shout out to D Jelly here. He picked up the 11v11 6-pack this war, guys. 11v11 6-pack. All right, so he opens up down by the 6, pulls a Tesla with some Giants. And interestingly enough, guys, I was actually a little bit surprised here. We're actually starting to see more and more Giants being utilized instead of, you know, Golems. Especially pathing into these single point Inferno towers. You're going to start seeing more and more of that. And one of the main reasons is because these single point Infernos just absolutely roast Golems. They're going to go ahead and pop them, boom, and tag both Golemites pretty quickly. Whereas when you have Giants, it kind of resets the Inferno Tower as it tags each Giant. So kind of go ahead and continues to reset, and you actually get a little bit more time and a little bit more tanking value from a cluster of Giants than you do a Golem or two. So he goes ahead and starts his hog run. This attack actually looks a lot like how a 10v10 hog run, well, hell, a 9v9 hog run. I mean, that's where it originated, kind of, the Strided Hobo. And then it kind of proceeded, evolved a little bit at the 10v10 level, and they go ahead and it is now evolved into the 11v11 level. So it's kind of cool to see. As you can see, he got a great split from those hogs. They start pathing up by the 12. He's got those Wizzies down pat, and start the cleanup early, so that way he doesn't get quite that time fail. We do a ×2 here. Defenses are cleared. Plenty of hogs left. He's his Warden, full health, fantastic. Queen's still running, level 50 Queen at that, and boom. Tripled. D Jelly, fantastic attack, man, fantastic hit. And then here's the other one. All right, so yeah, those are two. So both 11v11 trips were from D Jelly here, and once again opens up. We're gonna see the jump, rage, 3 heal spells. Oh, 4 heal spells. He had 1 in the clan castle. Once again, a lot like a 10v10, in the sense that similar concepts. You carve a chunk into the base, and you start your run from one end, and essentially establish that C shape out of it. You get that 25% initial kill squad value, and then you start the hog run from one point or the other, ensuring the pathing kind of helps keep them a little bit clustered. You do have a little bit more wiggle room, with Town Hall 11 hogs, while simultaneously being mindful of where that Eagle artillery is targeting. So he goes ahead and drops that rage spell. They take the jump. Bowlers start to carve out the chunk of the base. As you can see, that initial 25% tagged. And it established fantastic pathing for those hogs. He goes ahead and does a 2-finger drop here. And the C was established, as you can see, from the 3 to 6 to 9. And they start making their way across. They start making that curve around at the Eagle artillery. It's going to come within that range, that way it stops firing on them, goes ahead and drops that heal spell and keeps the hogs running, tags it out. Boom. His Warden is helping to assist, utilizes his final heal spell, and is able to successfully tag the rest of the space. Nicely done. We're going to do ×4 for the cleanup. D Jelly, once again, special shout out for the 11v11 6-pack. I feel like I don't get to say that too often in a lot of these videos, you know what I mean? All right, so kind of moving in, that was a dip. We got skills, dip. All right, let's go ahead and kick off. Ultraman. Alright, Ultraman's going to go ahead and come in here. He's going to go ahead and drop those giants up by the 12 to go ahead and start tanking that cannon, establishing the funnel. Queen goes down. So we're going to see as she starts to carve her way into the base, going ahead and hoping to tag both of those air defenses as well as the enemy archer queen. And possibly a third air defense here. As you can see here, boom, boom, tags her, and possibly could theoretically actually path her way down and get the next one. But it looks like she's going to go left. Pulls a CC. Alright, so she's not going to be successful in that. I mean, either way, the mission was accomplished. Just added value there is what we're looking at. Just a little bit added value. But our initial mission was accomplished. And that was to take those 2 air defenses, take out the enemy archer queen, and then not pop the hound. So, it was a success. Alright, so Lalo flight begins. Heal spell. Over the gold storage here, Ultraman. Look at that. Look at that. 2 more haste spells on standby. He's got those skellies unlocked up against those loonies as they start padding their way toward the back end of the space here. Look at that. Plenty of loons left. Look at the spell coverage. Absolutely destroyed, of course. Of course the pups lock eyes with that hound there. But wow. Fantastic attack, man. Fantastic hit. Was able to go ahead and clear the rest of this base, do a ×4 for the clear up. Ultraman, sexy attack, man. Gorgeous hit. We're gonna go ahead and pop over to, look at that. That was this. I'm not gonna show it, but man, that was heartbreaking. 99% 2-star skills. I had to show you a little bit of love, man. I watched that happen live, and oof. Alright, shout out to our leader of ByeForever, our boy Joey here, with the 10v10 triple this war. Goes ahead and picks it up, utilizes Valkyries in his kill squad with a jump, 4 heal spells, and a mass amount of hogs here. We're actually starting to see this become more and more prevalent, utilizing Valkyries in these 10v10 attempts. A lot of times it has to do with defensive placements as well as what's in the CC. You know, helping determine. Obviously, there's other factors, obviously base dependent, but it's something I'm kind of excited to start witnessing, utilizing something different other than bowlers every time. So we're gonna see as the queen cuts in at the 6. BK has not been dropped just quite yet. Jump spell is down. There he is. Boom. Held off just a little bit. Drop in those Valkyries. And look at that. Look at that established funnel right there. Fantastic job. As you can see, the queen actually paths over to the right because I'm gonna hit pause here for a second. As you're gonna see coming out of the clan castle here, he's actually got a hound loon. Now, all the time in the comments, all the time I see people say, "Why has he got a hound loon in there? Oh, we generally you got a mama drag, baby dragon." Okay, well, at this level of warfare, a lot of times you're going to see a hound loon. Not always. Obviously, you're going to see a lot of squishy. But the reason why you see these hound loon come out is because to force this. If the queen, imagine if this was a baby dragon, witches, or a mama dragon and a baby dragon, which you see in a lot of like farm wars. If this queen, that would allow this queen to go in with the kill squad here with the king into the core, because the queen would absolutely just destroy like a baby dragon and underneath the poison and stuff, and then she would be right here alongside the king and those Valkyries tagging all this nonsense outside of these walls here. She'd be right there with them. So a lot of times people utilize Hound Loon so that way they can force people to use their queen elsewhere and use them on the outside of the base instead of actually be getting the full value with her. So that's one of the main reasons. And like I said, I know I see that a lot in the comments, so I just kind of wanted to acknowledge that and, you know, let people know as to why you see Hound Loon at this level of warfare, at the most elite. So the Hogs start their run. He's got 9 on standby. He goes ahead and sits on. With a spaced out defense like this, you go ahead and start seeing these Hounds, instead of just being mass dropped, essentially surgically placed, so that way they can kind of force the Hogs to not spread out too much. You know, so fantastic heal placement. He actually pulls a couple more skellies shortly after using that poison. Absolutely fine. Doesn't phase him too much. Utilizes that next heal spell. Luckily he had 2 more on standby. Those dub hogs are in fact able to bring down that Inferno Tower, gets a spring trap, cuts it close, man. This was a close hit. Triggers that final giant bomb, and drops his final heal spell as those hogs path over, hits a spring trap, and it's pretty detrimental to him. But you know what? They continue to truck on. One more defense left. Goes ahead and spams the rest of those goblins out. Nicely done, man. Excellent choice and some cleanup troops there, especially knowing the outside buildings were going to be, you know, resource type buildings. So nicely done, nicely executed. Baby drag, of course, on the hound there at the end. Gets the pop. Shout out to Joey, leader of ByeForever, for picking up that 10v10 triple. Fantastic attack, man. Fantastic hit. Alright, so Deebs, aka my boy Steve. Fantastic hit here. Look at the plethora of different troops he's got here down. I mean, I usually, anytime I do my attacks, man, I always try to keep, you know, it relatively simple as far as like the amount of different types of troops I bring, so that way I'm not scrolling around at the bottom. But you know, he can manage it, man. This man is among the elite here. So my boy Steve opening it up with some loonies, baby drag. Keep in mind, guys, he's got 4 heal spells of rage, 2 poisons. Queen is out, down by the 4. Minions to help assist with the cleanup, help out with the funnel here. Go ahead and tag that mortar, especially being that she doesn't have those healers on her. Every hit point counts toward gaining value from her troop execution here. Goes ahead and tags both of those Teslas. And we're waiting on the king here. Goes ahead and activates her phase, pulls the enemy skellies. There he is. There's the king and the giant over by the mortar at 10 o'clock. Goes ahead and releases those Valkyries, triggers a little dynamite bomb, wall break entry here. He actually does not need a jump spell. As you're going to see here, they're going to path in and open up their own way into that compartment, tag the enemy archer queen, and just rip open this base. Starts the hog run up by the 12, the 1030 to the 1. Nice split from him. He has 3 more heals on standby. Going to go ahead and drop the second one into that second sector of the base. He's actually got a Houndloon CC, which he's hoping those hogs can outrun, allowing that poison long enough amount of time to go ahead and tag that balloon. Go ahead and bring it down. I'm not too worried about the hound. It's only putting out minimal damage, especially as the hogs make their run underneath the heal spell. Psst, no worries, no problem. We're just kind of worried about that loon, making sure it goes down, which he does. So as the hogs make their way over, he utilizes his final heal spell. Fantastic work. Held on to the poison until the very end, just to make sure he go ahead and pulls all the skellies and then tags him out with it. Utilizes cleanup, going to do ×4 here. Nicely done. My boy Steve. Fantastic work. Alright, we're going and back out. Now we got my boy Pirate coming in, of course. Of course, Pirate gets that 10v10 triple. What kind of a war would it be if he didn't? Alright, opens up with the bowlers, going with that sexy air attack. Opening up with a little bit of that funnel. Couple minions up by the 12. Bowler bounce. Over at the 11, 10:30, 11. There's the giants. Now bear in mind, guys, he's not going with the jump spell this time. It goes ahead and does a wall break entry. Is successful, goes ahead. As you can see, once again, you see giants being utilized instead of the golem, especially pathing their way into a single point Inferno Tower. Utilizes his poison over the squishy. Here we go. I'm gonna hit pause. This kind of promotes what I was saying earlier. Now that since it's not a Houndloon, he actually utilizes his queen here with the kill squad instead of setting her on the outside or doing something else with her. Since it is not a Houndloon, he goes ahead and brings his queen with the kill squad into the core here. Easily tags out that baby dragon, that witch underneath the poison spell. Boom, and she's right there alongside him, gaining extra value. Takes that air defense, gets the bomb tower. Boom, starts flight down by the 1. Up by the 1. There's the haste. Pulls the air seek with one of those loonies instead of tagging one of those hounds. There we go. About to get the initial pop. And there it is. They start their back end cleanups. Continues flight all the way down by the 6, guys. Goes ahead and drops and utilizes that heal spell as they go into those back end wizzies. Oof, those skellies. That's what it came down to, guys. We were a little bit nervous about those skellies, especially as they make their way toward the back end here in that final wizzy. Nice placement of the giant there. He kind of planned for that wizzy tower to still be up and held on to that giant, allowing it to be tanking for those loons. We're gonna do a ×4 here. Defense is cleared. Nicely done, Pirates. Great execution, great patience. If you guys haven't noticed, there's a fantastic amount of patience there in that attack. So that's gonna be our 4th 10v10 triple so far. And we're gonna go ahead and go into my boy Fief, aka Cascazilla, former leader of the legendary Immoral Thieves, now with us over here at ByeForever. Opens up with the Sui Lalo. Keep in mind, guys, he got the Dub Scaly Rage, and that's his plan for the Archer Queen here down in the core. Does that 4-finger drop. Hounds will go out. Nicely done. Good execution on those hastes. Activates King ability up by the 12. If you're still watching the initial Sui. There's the Rage. There's the Skellies over the enemy Archer Queen to go ahead and take care of her and tie her up, while it allows these loons just to continue to carve through the core of this base. You can see the outside loons being dropped up by the 1 and by the 10, 30, 11. Plenty of air Skellies. You know what? No problem. Still able to clear this base. Look at that split. Fantastic execution. And is able to destroy this base. Shout out to my boy Fief here. The man, the myth, the legend. Able to take out that base. Nicely done. And then Jakey, of course. Boy Jakey taking it away with 8 bowlers of his own Town Hall 10 bowlers. Utilizing this one Town Hall 10 Golem, level 5. I don't remember if he brings another Golem in the CC or if those are hogs. That'd be kind of cool if it was just a single Golem. Especially if they're pathing into a single point Inferno to here. He does have a jump spell. Alright, there's the Golem. Okay. Oh, that's fantastic value. Okay, I see what he's doing here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and hit pause here. Alright, notice, guys. Alright, so his plan is going to be, he's going to drop this jump spell right here between the Wizzy Tower and the Archer Tower, which is, if you look at the value in a kill squad, potential kill squad here, is taking the Barbarian King, which is within that radius of where that jump spell is going to lead them, and the Archer Queen, which is also within the radius of what that jump spell is going to allow. Bomb Tower, Wizzy Tower, Bomb Tower. So it's 2 Bomb Towers, an Expo, Wizard Tower, both heroes, Clan Castle troops. And then just imagine, alright, so once he's taken out the sector of the base from here, down to here, as well as here, over to here, I'm just going to go ahead and say the cannon. And hell, he can actually potentially grab this Wizzy too. But anyway, just envision that being taken out. Well, I guess you can see it too. And then see what's left for those hogs to make their run and go ahead and claim. Now, he does have a Hound Loon coming out of the CC, and he's already activated his Queen ability. So it is a little bit nerve-wracking there in that situation. You want your Queen to die, so that way she doesn't pop the Hound, but she goes ahead and does it anyway. So he gets a little bit lucky here as far as being able to help clear out some of those pups before she goes down with that sliver of health left on her. That was pretty freaking lucky, if I gotta say so myself. And then she goes down. So the initial value there was cleared. He's got 2 more heals on standby, and look what's left of the base. Great base identification there, and seeing where the key amount of value is going to be in that type of situation, especially with a Hound Loon CC. So it triggers that giant bomb outside by the Tesla, gets a decent split, taking out both those Expos, and they start clearing in the back end of the space. Takes out that Archer Tower, and it goes ahead and starts up on the cleanup. So we do a ×4 here. Jakey, fantastic attack, man. Sexy hit, dude. Nicely done, man. Nicely done. All right, here we go. Here's our next one, Madara. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. Madara Uchiha. I'm not really certain how you're supposed to say it, but I'm gonna call him my boy Madara coming in. All right, he's got the jump spell down. Golly's out. Kill squad. He's gonna go ahead and utilize Clan Castle troop hogs, those Town Hall 11 level maxed out hogs, instead of maxed out bowlers here, because you assume those Town Hall 10 bowlers can be able to successfully execute their mission accordingly. So it's interestingly enough, we actually saw a lot more Howloon in this war than we have anywhere else so far post update. So that was kind of surprising to see. We got another one here. I guess it's kind of helped deter some of these kill squad movements and some of these kill squad value. But hey, you know, these happen to be bases we were successful on. So he's got 3 heal spells and a Skelly. Bear in mind, guys, he's got a maxed out Skelly to allow tagging for that Archer Queen. So I'm gonna hit pause real quick. As you're gonna see here, the Queen did have, obviously she was able to tag her out with his Queen, but just in case, you know, he wasn't 100% certain as to whether or not his kill squad was actually gonna get deep enough into the base to take out the enemy Archer Queen. So he goes ahead and brings the Skelly spell with him to go ahead and distract the enemy Queen while his hogs make their run and, you know, allow for that triple to happen. So he's got 2 more heal spells on standby. Luckily, like I said before, his Queen was able to successfully trade off with the enemy Queen, and was successful in this triple. So they start pathing their way toward the back end of the base. Go ahead and do that final heal spell and utilize those Skellies against that Tesla and Archer Tower to go ahead and distract them while those hogs finish off their route, and then continue on with that cleanup on the outside of the garbage of the base. So nicely executed, nicely done. Fantastic attack. Madara. That's what I'm gonna call him. Madara. Oh my goodness. Tyrant Lu. I'm pretty sure that was the last one. Our boy Tyrant Lu here. Yeah. This is the final 10v10 of the Wu from our very own ByeForever. Initial golem drop. Guys, look at that. He's got an ice wizard that comes in. An ice wizard. A wizard. And putting in work. Alright, bowlers are out. Get a little bit of a bounce here, helping to establish that funnel. Brings those Town Hall 10 bowlers alongside that Barbarian King. Start carving their way into the core of this base here. As you're going to see, he's got a Howloon CC, so he's going to go ahead and force the Queen on the outside here to go ahead and just sui her, tag whatever value they can get with her, and actually minimalizes the amount of time that hogs are going to have to spend within this King's radius. So that was actually one of the main reasons why you utilize the Queen that close to the enemy Barbarian King, you know, knowing you're not going to be successful and taking him out with her. So the hogs start making their route through the King Pad radius. Goes and drops his second heal spell. Got 1 more on standby, along with 5 wizards, guys, for cleanup. So it's going to be time of the essence here, is what it kind of comes down to. Nicely done. Go ahead, ×2 here. They do successfully outrun the King, as you can see here. A little bit nerve-wracking for those outline wizards. You're kind of bringing in that Barbarian King, hoping those hogs make it back and take him out fast enough, which they do. Luckily, they were locked up on the Town Hall. And then, boom, come back, take him out. He's actually alive there at the end when he picks up the triple. Also, before I forget, that was the final 10v10. I forgot to mention, our boy Fief actually did his attack in just underneath a minute. I wanted to give that shout out. Let me hit pause here. Oh, 1:18. Hold on. Let's see when he drops his first troop. Alright, when's that first troop get dropped? Alright, okay. It was almost a minute. It was almost a minute because, you know, he dropped it at the what, minute 10? So it was a minute 10. I just wanted to throw that out there. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and back out. Guys, I did cover the end of this war live on stream. I was not able to successfully cover the opening. I was watching the kids. I had a bunch going on. at the opening of the score, so I was not able to live stream it. However, I did live stream the ending, so if you haven't already, pop over to twitch.tv/Scatoria and drop me that follow over there so you can take a look at some of ByeForever Family live coverage. As well as follow me over at Twitter at @Scatoria if you have not already, and see whenever I go live, whenever I post updates and new videos and random pictures of, I don't know, cats or goats or whoever knows what else. And of course, follow me over at or here on YouTube at Scatoria. Make sure you guys click that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. And then you're more than welcome to join my Discord server, my own personal Discord server, the Kill Squad, discord.gg/the Kill Squad, and just say what's up to me. If you got any questions about, I don't know, Clash or goats or pizza or beer or anything, hit me up. Thanks, you guys tag me in it. And then finally, if you are interested in being a part of the ByeForever family, we've got 6 clans in the family, technically 8, but we're not gonna really get into that. We've got 3 of which in the CWL. This one, obviously, ByeForever is the main clan in Invite. We've got Valor Morgulis in Premier, and we have Code Enigma in Light, as well as NDL. We've also got clans in the MLCW. You pretty much name it, we've got a clan in that league. So if you want to be a part of the most elite of the elite, and be a part of some of these leagues, some of these wars that are just, as you can see, fantastic attacks going on. I will have the link to our recruitment server down in the YouTube description down below. You just be able to click on it. It'll send you right to the Discord link, in which you'll have your interview. And if you're successful in that interview, you'll go on to your tryout phase, and you'll kind of progress from there. And who knows? Maybe I'll be able to call you guys family. So without further ado, appreciate you guys for hanging out tonight. And hopefully I'm gonna try and put out another video like midweek maybe. If not, we've also got next weekend's war going on. We also have oh, I almost forgot, guys. We've got Immortal Thieves doing a reunion potluck spin. So I have an account in Immortal Thieves that's going to be doing a spin with the potluck. So I think it kicks off tomorrow. So who knows? We get a cool matchup. I might make a video on that too. And it's if I can pick off this 10v10 triple too. So have a good night, guys. I'll see you again very soon.